welcome back, dear students. Wish you all stay happy, healthy and safe at home and do your studies regularly and properly. I am Yoshna Parak and today we are going to see a chapter from your grammar textbook. Today we are going to start the topic punctuation. In this topic of grammar, we are going to see the meaning and definition of punctuation, its use and different types of punctuation with examples. So now let us begin to understand the topic of punctuation. First of all, let us understand what is punctuation, the meaning or definition of punctuation. Punctuation is the use of marks in order to write in a clear style. What is the punctuation? Punctuation, that means use of marks, that is the marks which are used in order to write in a clear style, that is clearly understandable and that make sense, that make the sentence sensible and meaningful. It helps the reader to comprehend which words are grouped, which words are in a single group and where we have to pause, where we have to stop. So punctuation helps us to read it properly and to understand it properly, and by the use of punctuation we can form sentence understandable and meaningful, sensible. So that is why punctuation is used to make more clear, meaningful, understandable and sensible sentences which are proper. Otherwise, without use of punctuation, sentence formation won't be clear. So punctuation are marks which are used to make the sentence or the formation of sentence clear. Now let us study this table on some commonly used punctuation mark. Here are the types of punctuation mark which are commonly used. Let us see this types of punctuation. First punctuation mark, that is capital letter. Where it is used, capital letter is used at the beginning of a sentence. The first letter in the beginning of sentence will be written in capital. To begin a proper noun, when the proper noun is given, that means name is given, so there we use capital letter. And to write the pronoun, if we are writing pronoun I, for I only we will put capital, not for other pronouns, but for I we put capital letter. I is always written in capital letter because it is the pronoun for me. See the examples how we use the capital letter at the beginning of sentence. The stars twinkled brightly. Here at the beginning of the sentence the first letter is written in capital letter. After full stop also, if a second line will start, that will be considered as new line, new sentence. So there also first letter will be in capital letter. So after every full stop or where the sentence begin, there you have to put capital letter. The first letter will be in capital. Next is proper noun. That means names will be given. See the example, Suresh as capital, Suresh is the name. Bruno, it is the name of pet animal mostly. So B is also capital. Town, town street, that is the name of the street. So there also T and S is kept capital. Hyderabad, that is the city. The name of the city also when the name starts, the initial letter of this name is in capital. So H is capital in the name of the city Hyderabad. Next, here I am 9 years old. To write the pronoun I. Here I is kept capital also because it is the initial letter, and secondly because pronoun I is always kept in capital letter. So this is the use of capital letter. Next is full stop, where we have to put full stop. There are two uses of using full stop. First one is the use at the end of a declarative or an assertive sentence or a statement. So when we are writing a declarative sentence or a statement, or it is an assertive sentence. Assertive, that means affirmative or negative both. So when we are writing a declarative sentence or a statement, at the end, after completing that sentence, we will put full stop to express that here the sentence ends. Next, you can use at the end of an imperative sentence. The full stop is also used at the end of imperative sentence also. Now see the example. The tree was full of ripe mangoes. Here the statement or the sentence, the declarative sentence comes to an end. So at the end we have kept full stop. Next is wash your hands. This is imperative sentence. Imperative sentence, that means in which you order, request, suggest, advise. So this kind of sentence are known as imperative sentence. So that are not declarative sentence actually, because it does not contain complete subject, verb or object. Completely it does not contain all the required things to make a declarative sentence. Here you can see there is no subject. In declarative sentence, all three things are necessary: subject, verb and object. But in imperative sentence, it is not necessary that subject, object and verb will be there. So those kind of sentence are also known as declarative sentence, in which we order, request, suggest, advise or threaten. So this kind of words are known, this kind of sentence are known as imperative sentence. At the end of imperative sentence also we put full stop, and at the end of declarative sentence also we put full stop. Rest of the type of sentence like exclamatory sentence and interrogative sentence, we won't put full stop there. In interrogative sentence, question mark is used. In exclamatory sentence, exclamation mark is used. Okay, only in two type of sentence, imperative and declarative. For this type of sentence only we will use full stop. Next is question mark, used at the end of an interrogative sentence that asks a question. When we are asking or interrogating, there we will put question mark at the end of the sentence. When we are asking something, then we will use question mark at the end of the sentence. See the example. Did Sakshi reach on time? In interrogative sentence are only the type of sentence where we have to use question mark. Other than interrogative sentence, nothing you have to, nowhere you have to use question mark. Only for the interrogative sentence you have to use question mark. So see the example. Did Sakshi reach on time? Question mark at the end of the question. Okay. How will you get to know that this is interrogative sentence? When the helping verb is kept before subject. So that is interrogative sentence. Next is exclamation mark. Exclamation, as I told you, is used for the exclamatory sentence. When we exclaim something, when we express our feeling. Used at the end of an exclamatory sentence that expresses a sudden feeling or a strong emotion. When we express our emotion, our feeling. So at the end of that kind of sentence, which is called exclamatory sentence, at the end of exclamatory sentence, we will put exclamation mark. See the example. What a lovely dress. Here, praise is expressed. So the emotion of praise or surprise is expressed. So there we put exclamation mark. What word is used? But here helping verb is not after the interrogative word. So it is not an interrogative question, but it is the exclamatory sentence which express our feeling. Here the feeling of surprise or praise is expressed. So there we will put exclamation mark at the end of exclamatory sentence. Next one is apostrophe. Now what is apostrophe and where we have to use apostrophe? There are commonly two uses of apostrophe. First one to show the possession, something which belongs to you. And second one to write contraction. Contraction, that means short form. Here see first one, Sheena's room was painted yesterday. Room belongs to Sheena. So here the room is in possession of Sheena. Room belongs to Sheena. To show the possession, ownership or belonging, we will put apostrophe. So here room is belonging to Sheena, that is why apostrophe S is used. Sheena ka room. Next is here, see the example of contraction, short form. He is studying now. Actually it is he is studying now, but instead of saying is, in short it is written he is. By putting apostrophe after apostrophe, instead of using I-S, it is only kept S. Okay? So he is, in short he apostrophe S. It is written like this. So if you have to use short form, contraction, there you can use apostrophe. And secondly, if you are showing that something belongs to you, something is in your possession or something you own, for that also we put apostrophe to show the relation, to show the possession. Next one is comma. Where we have to use comma, the uses of comma are too much. We can use comma at various times. See the usage of comma. First one, to separate items or names in a list. No comma is used before the last item or name. Use and. So if a particular series is written, that means a particular type of noun is written, a particular type of verb is written. For example, Ram, Sham, Gita, Sita, that is a particular series of noun, proper noun. Taj Mahal, Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar. So these are kind of a particular series of noun. If I am saying studying, playing, eating, drinking, so these are a particular series of verb. So if something goes on in a particular series, then you have to put comma after every name of that series. But just before the ending word, before the end of that series, if end is given, so there you do not have to put comma. Okay? So if 5 names are given, so we will put comma after first name, comma after second name, comma after third name. But we will not put comma after fourth name, because between fourth and fifth name there will be end. Okay? So we have to put 3 comma only in 5 names. If there are 4 names, that means we have to put comma after first name, comma after second name, comma after third or fourth name we will not put. Here we will put end. That means if 4 names are given, we will put 2 comma only, and between third and fourth name we will put end. And at the end of the series we will put full stop. Okay? So in this way comma is used in a particular series. But just before completing that series, end will come, and there we will not put comma. See the example, the boy is in our locality, like to play football, hockey, basketball, cricket. 4 names are given, comma after football, comma after hockey. But between basketball and cricket, we will not put comma, but and will be used. So in this way, you have to use comma. Next is to separate a name that is addressed from the rest of the sentence. So if the sentence is given and the name is given that is separate from the sentence, so to separate it from the rest of the sentence, that name will be kept separate by putting comma. Okay. So if, for example, what are you reading, comma, Deepika. The name is given separate from the sentence, so there we will put comma. Or instead of this, if we ask Deepika, what are you reading? So after Deepika we will put comma. In this way, comma is used to separate a name to whom we are addressing the rest of the sentence. Rest of the sentence जिसके लिए कहा है, अगर उसका नाम दिया है तो उस नाम को अलग से बोला जाएगा, उसके बाद उसके लिए बोला गया सेंटेंस. So to separate the name from the rest of the sentence we put comma. नेम भी किसका, जिसको हम वो सेंटेंस एड्रेस कर रहे हैं, जिसके लिए वो सेंटेंस बोला जा रहा है. So to separate name that is addressed from the rest of the sentence, the name who is addressed by the rest of the sentence. The sentence is spoken for someone addressing someone, and if that person's name is given, to separate that name from the sentence we put comma after the name or before the name. Okay. So you can write it like, what are you reading, comma, Deepika, or instead of this, Deepika, comma, what are you reading, question mark, in this way. Next is, here question mark is kept because it is an interrogative sentence. Next, to separate words such as yes, no, well, oh, that is expression. Or you can say it is an interjection actually. So where we use interjection, there also we put comma after completing the interjection, either comma or exclamation mark. When we use interjection, we put either exclamation mark or comma. So if you are writing yes, after then you will write the sentence, or no, after then rest of the sentence. When or oh, there you will put comma. See example, oh, I didn't see you come in. So after oh, that is the interjection, comma is kept, and then I didn't, here you can see the apostrophe. Short form is used, not is written as N apostrophe T. So in this way, when you use short form, there also you will put apostrophe, and then at the end of the sentence, as it is declarative sentence, full stop is kept. So now I hope that you must have got the uses of different kind of punctuation. Now we will see this punctuation in detail with some more examples and exercise in the next video. Let us quickly revise what we learned in this video. Punctuation, that means the use of marks. Punctuation marks are used to write the sentence in clear style so that it can be understandable, meaningful and sensible. So there we use punctuation. Types of punctuation. First one is capital letter. We put capital letter at the beginning of the sentence. The initial letter will be written in capital letter in the beginning of sentence. Second, if we are using proper noun, a name is given, there the first letter will be written in capital letter. Next, to write the pronoun I, for I only we write capital letter. Next, Full stop is used at the end of declarative sentence and at the end of imperative sentence. Next one is question mark. We put question mark at the end of interrogative sentence. Next one is exclamation mark. We put exclamation mark at the end of exclamatory sentence. Next one is apostrophe, where you have to use apostrophe when you are showing that something is in your possession, something belongs to you, you show the relation, there you will put apostrophe, or otherwise if you are using contraction, short form, there we will put apostrophe here. And other than this, next one is comma. Comma is used when you use a particular series, name in a particular series, there after every name we put comma, but just before this the last name we will put end. So there we will not put comma. As I told you, if 4 names are given, so for 2 names, after 2 names we will put comma, but between 3rd and 4th name we will put end. So in this way, if you are writing the names in the same series, there you have to put comma. Next use of comma is to separate the name that is addressed from the rest of the sentence. If you are addressing a sentence to someone and the name of that person is also given, so to separate that name from the rest of the sentence, you will put comma there. See the example, Deepika, what are you reading? Or what are you reading? Deepika. So the name is separated because the sentence is addressed to Deepika. Okay? Next one is if the words like yes, no, well and oh, this kind of words are used, then you can put comma. Yes, I have eaten. No, I have not eaten. Well, I will come. So there you will put comma after yes, after no, after well, and finally at the end of sentence you will put full stop. O is the interjection. When you use interjection, you can put exclamation mark also and you can put comma also. Okay? So these were the uses of different kind of punctuation mark. Now we will study in detail about them in the next video, and we will do exercise also with that. Now we will meet in the next video. Here this video comes to an end.